Welcome to Zen News, and thank you for tuning in as we discuss local happenings here in Davao City to pressing matters involving the Philippines and other countries, as well as celebrity news with lifestyle and travel-related news.
After the gruesome murder of the alleged couple Jennifer Chavez and Jeff Paredes in a well-known condominium in Bahada, Davao City on Sunday night, 21st of April this year, authorities are quick on their feet to serve justice to these victims and find the perpetrators of this crime.
DNA samples were discovered in the scene of the crime and were quickly sent out for testing. However, the samples did not match either of the two persons of interest, but instead with one of the victims, Jeff Paredes, seemingly leading to a roadblock in investigations.
What can you say about these results, and what will happen to the persons of interest?
Well, these results may be negative. The case will still continue, although the culprit is very hard to find, or the NBI is trying their best to find the culprit.
This is very scary for our community here in Davao City because we don't know who the killer is and might be roaming around in the city.
In other news, more conflict between the Philippines and China has sparked within the South China Sea as they continue to dispute over who has true ownership over these waters.
As the Philippines attempts to restock the Marines on board the grounded World War II vessel Sierra Madre with their needs, China, in an attempt to block Filipino ships from doing this, attacks one of their boats with a water jet, injuring Filipinos inside.
Ms. Kim, what can you say about the effects of this tension to the Filipinos and the Philippines as a whole?
I believe that this tension will spark a rise in Filipino patriotism in the way that the events happening between our country and China will force every Filipino to pay attention to political happenings involving our country. So this will help Filipinos grow more supportive of our country and its government.
In your professional opinion, do you think our country is prepared enough for the worst-case scenario?
So our country, the Philippines, already has enough internal political conflict which its government deals with every single day. So our country, the Philippines, isn't as prepared as it could be for these rising tensions with China by itself.
As a Filipino, these times are scary. I'm deeply concerned about our country's future economy and safety. I hope for a peaceful resolution and a secure future for our nation.
The recent offense that China took against the Philippines has awoken a world of concern for the future of the Southeast Asian country and its allies. Though the Philippines has the right to claim the land under official UN statements, China refuses to back down, and the Philippines does not hold enough military power to enforce their rights.
What possible international implication could this current conflict hold?
If China would somehow inflict a war between Philippines, China would have a hard time because Philippines is under a treaty with US that provides a protection for the Philippine citizens.
As a Filipino citizen, what can you say about this?
As a Filipino citizen, I'm a little happy that the allies of the Philippines stood by us in these times. It's quite unsettling to consider how this tension can affect the future of our country. This could have unsettling worldwide consequences, which I hope won't happen in the future.
On a more positive note, Filipino dancer and online personality Yana Guerrero recently had a meeting with international pop star Billie Eilish at a concert.
On Instagram, the content creator posted some snaps from Eilish's Hit Me Hard and Soft concert which she attended. One of the photos showed her at a concert venue watching the pop star perform. Also, in one of the clips, Guerrero and Eilish posed for some photos hugging each other, which appears to have been taken during a listening party for Eilish's Hit Me Hard and Soft studio album at the Kia Forum in Inglewood, California.
As a fan of both, I love seeing someone I adore that is from the Philippines interacting with other celebs that aren't Filipino in such a wholesome way.
Speaking of Billie Eilish, the 21-year-old singer-songwriter has recently released her third studio album, Hit Me Hard and Soft.
She's taking pictures in the mirror. Oh my god, her skin's so clear. Tell her bring that over here.
On Eilish's new album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, her voice resounds with new confidence when a song calls for it, though she can still return to her signature whispered vulnerability when she wants to devastate. As with everything Eilish's records, Hit Me Hard and Soft was produced and co-written with her brother, Phineas O'Connell. However, she had a greater role than usual in its cinematic, adventurous production.
I could eat that girl for lunch. Yeah, she dances
quote unquote, I was more involved in this album than anything we've made, and I think that came from pure enjoyment, like I wanted to, she says. That includes continuing to comp her own vocals, the editing process of splicing together of various vocal takes to assemble the perfect take.
Let's ask the fans what they think about Billie Eilish's new album, Hit Me Hard and Soft.
I'm so excited! I feel like my entire life has led me to this moment. Stream Billie Eilish's Hit Me Hard and Soft now!
I just want to say that all of Billie Eilish's work is so amazing, and for her latest album, I just want to say that there is no exception, and all of her work is so amazing.
The Philippines is aiming to attract more American tourists. The country is setting its sights on drawing approximately 15% more inbound visitors from the United States, recognizing the market's significant potential contribution to the country's tourism sector recovery. According to the Philippine News Agency, in 2023, the country welcomed 903,299 visitors from the U.S., generating 35 billion pesos in tourism revenue, the highest among the country's top tourist markets. Francisco Hilario Larrizabal, the Philippine Tourism Director Attaché in New York, emphasized the importance of the American market, citing its substantial contribution to tourism receipts. Despite fewer arrivals compared to other markets, tourists from the U.S. tend to spend more and stay longer, making them highly valuable to the tourism economy. Data from the Department of Tourism revealed that in 2023, the U.S. was a top spending market, with visitor receipts reaching up to 482.54 billion pesos. This was followed by Australia, South Korea, Canada, China, and Japan. Larrizabal outlined the Philippines' strategy to attract more U.S. tourists, including forging partnerships, enhancing training for travel agents, participating in business-to-business travel events, and organizing familiarization tours. Millennials are also increasingly showing interest in visiting the Philippines, presenting opportunities for tailored marketing and experience offerings to cater to their preferences.
Here's a reminder for you to stay healthy with a simple salad recipe prepared to you by Miggy Gonzalez. The ingredients we will be needing are carrots, onions, tomatoes, and lettuce, all washed beforehand. Add that with your protein and salad dressing of your choice. First off, you will need to remove the skin of your carrots before cutting them into thin strips. After you have cut as much carrots as you need, place them in a bowl. Up next is the onions. For the onions, Mr. Gonzalez has chosen to use red onions. Since the onions used here are already skinned beforehand, the stem is cut first. You then dice the onions into small pieces before adding them to the salad bowl. Then take your tomatoes and remove the seeds. After doing so, dice them up before adding to the bowl. Your lettuce will be the last of the vegetables. Chop your lettuce into bite-sized pieces and add it with the other vegetables. Then you take your protein of choice and add it to the vegetables. The protein used here is canned tuna. Note that if you will be using canned protein, make sure that you strain it before adding it to the rest of the ingredients to prevent your veggies from being soggy. Finally, add your salad dressing and mix up your ingredients in your bowl until evenly coated with the dressing. At last, here is your simple yet delicious and nutritious homemade salad.
That was truly one delicious looking salad made by Miggy Gonzalez. It is all the news we have for now.
This is Zen News, as always, providing the latest and most unbiased news. This is AJ Takahashi
and Saisi Morales
signing off.
We'll be seeing you on our next report.